Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for New Sports. Victor Allen's own Neil Urban Look at Sports. Brought to you by the man the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate.
Nobody ever calls
Here he is. Here's Vic.
There has never been one woman on show has called me Sexual Chocolate.
Chocolate lover?
They do.
Chocolate lover.
Whoa.
Something chocolate.
Wait a minute. I found me a new tagline. Let me see. I got to put this in my tweet. Chocolate lover. All right, you guys. Hey, you guys. Welcome to New Sports. You know how we do it. New Sports is the social media of sports. We didn't invent social media, but we did invent the new. And if it's anything to pay ode to, it's the Olympics. Friday's the big day.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. London is about to break you off something special.
Uneven parallel bars.
You know what?
Gymnastics.
Is that your favorite?
You know what? It's those legs. I am a man.
Oh, really?
So can't help.
Okay.
It's those legs, you guys. Those track when they do the gymnastics, they are so strong and beautiful. That's what gets me. So I love uneven parallel bars.
Right.
I love the floor exercises, the tumbling stuff. I just love it. So and of the track, yeah.
Would you watch sumo wrestling if it was a?
No, I'd probably miss that. But the women's soccer, I love. I love women's soccer and women's basketball. My mom played that too, so I'm into. I like women athletes.
Well, let me do this real quick to give everybody a refresher of what we're going to hit. It's this different type of show today where I'm hitting what we call the 2012 London Olympic new trends, and the new trends are already out the door. Greek triple jumper Papachristo, Voula Papachristo, expelled for a Twitter comment. She's right out the gate and already landed.
They warned him about the damn Twitter content.
Already. Also, 107 athletes banned from the Olympic competition since June 2012, or up through June 2012. I should have said and corrected that. And that's for doping violations. IOC plans to conduct 5,000 more tests, so it lets you know they're going to be on and cracking.
5,000.
5,000. And the opening ceremonies begins Friday, July 27th. Are you ready for archery? And there's no live stream on NBC, who is the contract.
Man, that's messed up. I want to see my archery.
Okay, so
Cupid.
Okay, so here's the question. I'm going to put this real quick before I go to the Greek triple jumper. The first day of competition is archery. Have either of you ever watched the first day of competition and went to watch archery in the past Olympics?
No, I don't watch archery or the shooting things. Those are really boring.
Okay, now
who
watch this.
Watches archery?
See, here's the part that I'm saying. What event, and just keep it simple, what event says the Olympics is on and cracking when I watch this event? And I'll start with Juliet. Which event?
I like swimming because I was a swimmer.
That's a good one.
See?
Swimming.
That's going to be good this Olympics, too.
Yeah, right. So you got swimming. Mario, what about you? Gymnastics?
That signals that the event is truly on.
Right. It's rough, isn't it?
Yeah, because it has to be an event. Because I like the ceremonies.
Okay. And
I actually like the opening ceremony.
Right.
Because I'm never sure who people are, what they look like, so I like to watch it real close.
Right.
Try to guess what country, and I'm always wrong. I'm totally like the other side of, I think it's New Guinea or somebody. It'll be like South Africa.
I'll do it.
I'm way off. I never have it right.
You never have it right?
Right. They look so different in their uniforms. That's the controversy this year, right?
Of course.
The U.S. uniforms
right,
that have the Ralph Lauren, at least they had the Ralph Lauren symbol bigger than the flag.
Yes. Corporate interest is in full effect. And look, we're not mad at corporate interest if the money's coming to our pockets. We have a dual citizenship with money. Not many of us want to turn it down when it's coming for our efforts, but philosophically we may have some arguments with it. That was our positive spin on the Olympics. Now let's go to the negative spin. You want to know why the Greek triple jumper, Voula Papachristo?
I want to know.
What tweet was that bad to get you expelled?
She said so many Africans in Greece, so many Africans in Greece, at least West Nile mosquitoes will eat homemade food at the Olympics.
At the Olympics.
I don't know if that's all that racist.
Oh, you have to understand what she's saying. So many Africans in Greece.
No, they have a whole issue with immigration.
That's right.
It's not just Greeks, it's in France.
Right.
But what they're saying is that that West Nile mosquito is going to be eating. There's so many Africans. I mean, I don't know.
No. Let's say this. Let's say that
they may be in bad taste. It's not overtly racist.
No, what they're saying is if they're going to be eating homemade food, where are they going to be eating the homemade food at?
They're going to be biting Africans.
And where at?
In Greece.
And if they're in Greece, they're part. Any Africans that's part of the Olympic competition, right?
Right. I mean, I get all the references.
Right. So
I know. Well, yeah, that's why I said.
So what she's saying is that the West Nile mosquitoes, they have West Nile mosquitoes in Greece.
Yes.
And now that the Africans are immigrating there, they're going to eat their food from their home in West Nile, Africa.
Yeah. Right. So basically, she's she's not saying that you shouldn't have that many Africans in Greece, because let me tell you, in France, I'm sure you know, they coming out with this clear. Too many of you Africans, too many Africans.
And Arabs,
stop
too.
all you Arabs. So that's not as racist. And the other thing to me, it's hard for me to really object to a woman in that position with that smile.
Well, definitely. Look at that.
And just in that position, smiling, I'm going to love you no matter what.
She has no dignity, does she, in that picture?
But
hi there.
Now, here's the good thing. We raised the condition, the positive and the negative, and it sounds like you guys are right now saying, I'm on the positive side that this is not as bad as you think. Is that what you're saying?
Well, because she didn't imply. See, the other ones. She's just when you acknowledge the issue, it's not the same as saying I hate the. If she had said I hate the fact there's so many Africans.
Right.
See, she didn't even say that. She's just acknowledging the issue. So to me, acknowledging the issue cannot be racist. You have to be able to acknowledge it.
Right.
To even have it discussed.
True.
So certain issues they don't want you to even raise. How dare you even bring that up?
Right.
That's racist.
That's what
What's
they're
that? I
saying.
ain't racist to bring up what's going on.
There you go. I got you.
Well, they're saying they don't want any
That's
discussion.
ridiculous
They
to be
want-
expelled for that. That's absolutely ridiculous. And if you're going to do that kind of monitoring, you fascist pigs.
Here we go. There we
They
go.
want,
There
they
we
want
go.
no discussion of
Right.
race.
See,
ever.
The part here is
And she's Greek and she's in that position.
Let me say this. She did apologize. She said she embarrassed so many. She feels really bad about it. The question is it interpretive? And if it is, you leave it for others to interpret.
Yeah, and I still don't see. I get it, but I go like she didn't actually say any of the stuff.
Well, it is kind of a snarky remark.
All right.
Yeah, but that's the worst it is.
All right, now here's the other part. Now, is this a setup?
Well, they aren't tolerating it.
Yes, right. Now, here's the question. I have another spin on this, and
matter what
unfortunately,
position you're in.
They ain't tolerating it.
there is still another question that along with that tweet, she has what they call far-right opinions.
Oh, that's different.
That's different now. See, we went through it without adding
See,
the others.
are you supposed to be there for your opinions, or are you supposed to be there to compete?
Well,
this is where it gets ridiculous.
Right.
If it's sports, you guys.
Right.
See, theoretically, we come and do sports. We put our politics aside for a minute. We do the sports, and maybe out of the camaraderie, we come to some better understandings of each other for a minute.
Right.
I mean, I thought the idea of the Olympics, especially the idea of being international, was to try to put that stuff aside for a moment. That's why I disagree with the Russian, when they did the boycott. I disagree with all that.
Well,
you're supposed to let the politics be pushed to the side.
Unfortunately, that's what see, the Twitter was one thing, but once I added the part where they said expressing support for a far-right party, that then changes your flavor.
Well, Greek, first of all, the vast majority of people out there are not even going to understand any of the situations that have to do with Greece, the economics of Greece, the current problems with the economics in Greece. So how are they going to even have a relatively... And I know of the issues, but not enough to have an intelligent opinion.
It's the part,
I know they don't have an intelligent opinion.
The part is
well,
how...
the Greece is at the bottom right there. They're at the bottom. They have
broke.
no money. They're broke.
I understand that. And they do not want a picture painted over their culture.
Yeah.
One athlete, a popular athlete, can really swing how international opinion can look at things. I'm not saying that's the case.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Greek Olympic folks who pushed for her expulsion.
Yeah, well, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. We don't need that.
But how are you going to stop them from having an opinion? So this is where it gets to be. So because I'm an Olympic athlete, I now have to give up my right to express any opinions?
No. You're right about one thing.
That's bullshit.
Not something that offends other people.
Well, shit, everything I say offends somebody.
Well, the Greeks did expel her. It wasn't the IOC.
See, that's why I knew it was the Greeks.
That's what I'm saying.
They want some money. They want some international loan money and they're like, "Bitch, please shut up. We want you to be quiet.
That's right.
We want some international law. That's where it's coming from. I'm saying
political correctness.
Right. Well, let's go to the next one here. Let's roll up.
You do have to be politically correct to get money, I believe.
Thank you. You do. Unless you have a shift, a paradigm shift in something that they can't ignore, like social media, making a whole bunch of money and trying to control it. They only control where the money comes in, but the social media activity dwarfs the controlling factors that people tend to go and use it for.
Right.
So I always say they want to use it when it's in their advantage. And I truly believe the walls keep breaking down, especially with sex and relationships.
Damn, but I still say, can we look at that picture one more time, though? Damn, that's a good picture. Is that not a good picture?
Well, they
Come on,
did her
y'all.
justice.
Look at her. Knees to the chest.
Oh, my God.
You guys are, you know what?
They cut her all the way down.
Norm, and the rest of you guys, this is the moment where you guys don't get a lot of opinions because Mario's going to be looking at the pictures all day.
I can't help it.
I know that.
Man.
I know that. Let's go to the next picture.
But she doesn't have any mercy for the little Africans that are being eaten up by the mosquitoes.
There you go.
Right.
See, that's the part. The part is interpretive.
See, she's not a humanitarian.
Well, stay in that position and let the Africans convince you. They'll convince you.
She's a triple jumper.
That is terrible. Throw her to the lions.
Hey, look.
Welcome to Africa.
Hey, they say this.
Ooh la la.
Think about you having this tag, whether deserved or not. She is the first Olympic athlete in history to be expelled by
for a tweet.
She is the first one. So this goes down in the record.
Her own country.
Their own country says out because of you're the number one. You'll be the flashlight, the flashpoint historically when they go backwards and look at this. They'll laugh at it though when they look back.
It's bad, you guys.
All right, let's go to the next one. The conditions are going to change here with this question I'm going to pose to you guys because 107 athletes have already been banned for doping, which is another way of saying steroids.
Only dope use dope.
Only dope use dope. So here it is. That's a nice looking sister. I got to get her number and call her sometime. But anyway, here's the part. The part
glasses.
is
the glasses.
the glasses.
You know she's got a job. She is gainfully employed.
She's making a lot of money if
Now,
she's in the
as long as she wash her hands when she come home.
Yeah.
You guys are wrong.
No, but you know what? She might inject you with something.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's what I
very
said. I'd
careful.
be
She might get
scared.
mad at you with and have a big syringe and inject you with HIV.
You guys
right.
don't have dreams at all, do you?
Don't trust her.
Okay, here we go.
No, he don't trust her. He doesn't trust her.
Oh man,
She's got a syringe in her hand and she's got those gloves on too.
Yeah.
I'd be scared of her.
You ever look at you guys? We're in a show where we're judging the woman potentially could be dangerous. I actually watched the movie Contagion yesterday,
I saw that.
and I sat there and said, "Oh, I don't even want to get into it."
That's scary.
It was kind of realistic in that
very
the
realistic.
first people always die.
Wow.
What happens when you get a disease that no one knows?
Oh.
You die.
No.
Then they get about 50, 60 of them, then they finally see a pattern.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the first one just die. That's
You
the way
don't
it
want to
goes.
be among the first.
Yeah.
You don't
The
want
worst
that.
case scenario to me was when they said, "Guess what? We have the vaccination. Now who gets it first?"
Remember I told
And
you
it's
about
based
that?
on days. Yes.
Based on money.
Right.
Who gets? You know they do not start in Compton with the vaccines. It ain't gonna be the truck. There might be one little truck pull up in Compton.
Well, didn't Lawrence Fishburne die in the end? Now, why does a black man have to die
Oh
in the end?
no.
He didn't die?
His wife though. Didn't he lose his?
No. I didn't see the part where he lost his wife. They always
I thought
treated
they all
him.
died.
Sanaa Lathan was his daughter, I believe, and she lived. And they didn't show him dying off, or else maybe I nodded off and missed that part. But no, he survived.
Oh, okay.
He gave of himself his vaccine to a janitor whose son needed it in the beginning of the picture.
Oh,
I hate to
that's
get
right.
that.
Right, and they were white.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he did with the greater good.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
right.
so here it is, 107. Here's a question I have for you guys, because I think this is one of those significant things. You're an athlete who's about to be on the verge of going to the Olympics. You're not quite qualified. The 107 athletes that they're talking about were not necessarily on the teams, but you all have to qualify. It is your best and possible last chance to get to the Olympics. And you know that you're say it's the top three, you're the fourth or fifth position. And you know you're already at that age where you go downhill possibly. Do you take a chance? Because timing is when they actually conduct the tests. Do you take a chance on that steroid?
Are you trying to ask us what circumstances do you cheat?
I'm just
Is that
saying,
what you asking?
Would you?
Would I dope?
Because I'm saying
no.
this. You would not.
I wouldn't either because you're going to get eliminated.
Okay, so now.
That doesn't make sense.
I'm taking the steroids now because I'm buffing up.
So
That's why I just promised them I was going to buff up. So I said I'm going to take some steroids so I can have some muscles by Thanksgiving.
But
come back Thanksgiving,
PMC,
Julie.
if we were rating her as a hot pick, I'd give her a 10 too, dude. I didn't forget that. It's just I didn't want to get ahead of the show segment.
Like I'm crazy.
Let me say this. The part that's difficult is that seeing the other, all these other athletes, see the other athletes getting away with it.
Yeah.
And the part that is true is that the steroid development that's illegal goes faster than the quarantine, so to speak, in the development to protect against the ones that they have to constantly look out for. So the question is, you answered the proper way. He says, look, I am a all athletic, pure individual. I don't need no enhancement, right,
That's
Mark?
right.
I don't need any solace.
Here's the part that we're going to exit out of this. And Juliet, you're going to be able to answer this as if that Mario's your husband. He's in the Olympics.
Taking steroids.
And they finally determine you're caught between a rock and a hard place. They say, you know what? Viagra's on the list for enhancement, but your man Mario's already been taking Viagra. He has a choice. Go to the Olympics, stop taking Viagra.
Where do you come up with this shit?
Or continue to take Viagra.
I would go to the Olympics. We need the money. Go to the Olympics, make the money, bring it home, and then you can go back on the Viagra when you get back.
She's practical.
Very practical.
She's like, honey,
get the money.
I'll give up one for the team. Go.
So wait a minute. So what you got? I'm sorry.
But come back.
Wait a minute.
But she did say come back.
Come back.
She said come back.
With the money.
Come back.
So wait a minute. So let me say this. What you're saying is the Olympics is greater than the self-satisfaction for 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks without Viagra.
I mean, it's only 3 weeks.
Oh, no, there's no self-satisfaction here. That is an addiction as well.
You heard her. Okay. Whatever she said, that's right.
Wait a minute, PMC said if you get the gold thing to go off Viagra. All right, I got you. So we now know. Hey, look, I'm only telling you guys now, if you want to go check out the rest of the events for New Sports, as far as relating to the activities, go to London2012.com. It'll show you all the events, the schedule, and everything. There's a link right there. If you want to click it, you can, if it's active on your site. But if it's not, no problem.
You know what that contagion reminds me of?
What is that?
The face-eating man that had taken the bath salts. Like they're starting to have those cases break out all over the country that people are like aggressively eating people's face off.
Yeah, I know.
That's what that reminds me of.
They said he only had marijuana in his system or something.
Yeah.
That's not. Is that a good thing?
I don't know what marijuana that was.
Okay.
Laced
with bath salts.
So here you guys go. I had to do a quick, and I'm gonna exit out telling you the traditional sports trends real quickly. But I want to let you guys know I will be following the social chat. Follow them as well. I'm endorsing this. You follow them. It's going to be excellent for the event that you like the most. The counter's counting down 2 days and a few seconds, and we're on and cracking. If you guys have any excuses why you didn't watch the Olympics, do not come back on this show. Okay, it's done. Now, Mario, let me go over to just a couple of things when it comes to exiting some trends here. Now, Mario, I'm going to say this. If you were A.J. Allmendinger and you were at NASCAR, and then A.J. Allmendinger. I'm going to get to that in a minute. That's my exiting out for another moment.
Okay.
A.J. Allmendinger gets a B test positive going out being, bottom line. First test, second test, positive. Big money machine.
Positive for what?
Drugs.
What drugs?
Well, they didn't specify.
Because he's driving a car,
He's driving, right. This is my question.
So he should be able to take some steroids.
Right. Now, Mario, at this point, if you get 2 tests and this is happening, do you wash your hands clean of him?
What drugs?
Well, see, they're not releasing that. They're covering
What makes
that.
a difference?
So what drugs would tell you you're out?
If he was having Lotrimin cream.
See, this is wrong. Let me just go. Well, let me do it for you.
Scary stuff.
I'll say this. Marijuana, cocaine, meth.
Wow, yeah. No meth. That's
no meth.
No meth.
No cocaine.
No cocaine.
With marijuana, come on.
See, I knew it. That's what I'm saying.
That's a natural herb.
I'm saying.
That's nature.
Right. And
it's natural.
Let's say this. Well, they will be willing to admit that he did meth more so than marijuana? Or would they be willing to say he did marijuana more than meth? Because it's an indictment on how did they miss
Well, the problem is all of those can affect your driving ability. That's the problem.
Right.
Because he's driving, and he's driving at high speed.
Right.
So I don't know what's worse. Somebody
it also
driving
warps your personality.
Right. So you on meth, and a lot of those things are known to make you violent.
Yeah.
Amphetamines is like alcohol.
That's right.
Totally.
It affects personality.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then you become disconnected from your higher power, and then you're just down with the sodomites, and you have no chance.
And if you're driving around with some sodomites,
That's horrible.
then all of a sudden you hit that gas pedal,
When you fall into the hands of the sodomites, you are finished.
and if they don't have any lubricants, it's just a painful
That is
afternoon.
scary.
It's terrible. No Astroglide.
This may be my new sports segment, but don't they talk like they really know exactly what it's going
I've
to
been
do?
around a sodomite.
I'm just saying. You guys
I didn't even have
Well,
Juliet
it says
to
in the
protect me.
Bible, if you do not follow my commandments, you will fall into the hands of the sodomites. God threatened us hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, that the hands of the sodomites were there and will always be there.
And look at
don't say it.
Voula Papachristo.
It looks like she has fallen into the hands of the
She looks like
sodomites.
sodomites is coming up. Right to do that thing.
You guys are off the chain. All right, you guys. I just had to cover that just for the moment. Exit out with that wonderful image of the Olympic Games starting, Mario. This is to say, keep your mind focused on the prize. Opening ceremonies, go watch some archery. We'll keep you socially encumbered with archery lessons.
Cupid
All
can
right.
shoot that arrow.
That's it.
Hit you fast. Think of Cupid. Think of love when you think of archery.
All right, man. Hey, I'm out of new sports, you guys. It's been a blast. Can we go on to the next segment so I can go get something to
Hey, everybody, you got to get ready for some fish and grits.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
Victor
you.
Allen's new sports. The two-headed Vic. Neil, urban, hot, different. That's sports. And coming up is going to be hot picks. So get ready, everybody. That's sports. Dun, 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 dun.